Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Loop Hero. On our last episode, we had quite a long run. We were the warrior in Act 3 and we finally overcame the hunter. We also looped for a bit longer afterwards, I think reaching our highest loop number. I think we completed 15 loops and went on to our 16th. Picked up a bunch of resources and then went through upgrading buildings. So our doctor's hut, which I think was like the apothecary stuff at the very beginning, now maximum. We've maxed out the academy, We still have some stuff to do with the war camp, but I think we did put an upgrade into this last time. I think we also did the canteen, which again, we can upgrade with a bit more wood. I don't know if we found anything else out in the last episode. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. It might have been the episode we found out about shipwrecks and getting sirens, which we've now put into the encyclopedia. I think it was. So we have most of our synergies now. We're still looking for something with Goblin Camp, interestingly. Well, I presume Goblin Camp, just based on like gaming the system, because Shipwreck was near Battlefield, and Battlefield was one of the things we needed to make that synergy happen. So I'm going to assume it is Goblin Camp plus something else, but it could be, I could be wrong. So we might want to consider putting mountains back in. Other than that, we've unlocked every single like roadside tile. We're then missing, on the enemies, we're then missing like three basic enemies, and we've seen all the bosses. So I said we'll try and unlock as much as we can in the encyclopedia, but I might Google it after if we complete the Act 4 with both the two remaining characters, which is the Necromancer and the Warrior. I might just look up anything I'm missing at the end rather than like overstay our welcome. I'm not sure exactly when I end this series, but it's probably going to be fairly soon after I beat the Act 4 bosses with both characters. I'll check if there's anything that I'm missing. At one point I was going to go through and try and get every single achievement, but I might just do some of these off camera because some of them are pretty tedious, like unlocking the entire encyclopedia, including like these articles unlocked, which means I'm just going to have to farm loads of these books. But without further ado, let's go on an expedition, and we're going into Act 4, and we said we were going to do it with the Necromancer. We have some deck changes that we need to make. So we're looking for something with, what's his name? The Goblin Camp, so we have to put rocks and mountains back in the deck, otherwise we're not going to see it. I'm still quite happy for forest and thickets, and I'm okay with suburbs. I think I'm just going to leave all of these in. In other things which we might want, do we still want to have Blood Growth? Blood Growth's not bad for this character, so I think we'll put it in. We'll take Battlefield out. I don't really rate it too highly. Swamp may have its time, but I feel like it's not now. Wouldn't be surprised if Swamp had a synergy with something, like Swamp, River. Maybe we try to find out on this run, I guess. But I'd have to remove another card. So beacons and lanterns are quite helpful for us, because they give us a damage up, and also, in terms of the road lantern, we don't want to fight too many enemies. But let's just have a little think for a moment. What do we not need? I mean, we could take Temporal Beacon out. It's just like, I think Temporal Beacon might be related to something because we're missing an enemy after Watcher. So I was thinking like Temporal Beacon, maybe Chrono Crystals or something. But I don't think we do that on this run. I think we would do that with the Warrior instead, because they can deal with multiple enemies a bit better. So that is a synergy I'm thinking of checking to see if it spawns a new mob. But I think we go with this deck now. The Buckeries are fine. Where's he gone? Smith's Forge is pretty good for this character too, because we summon multiple enemies, so we can just take down his HP pretty comfortably and pretty quickly. I like trading cards because sometimes we get wasted ones. We'll bring Swamp. Let's try and beat Act 4 with Swamp. That's quite an interesting challenge. We're going to try to put Swamp near River as well, see if that does something. If it doesn't, so be it. And yeah, let's go. I could do Swamp and Suburbs as well, but it's a bit harder. We've still got our favourite river-forest combination. I will look to exploit that still. So without further ado, we're going into Act 4 again, which, if you remember from last time, is the boss rush mode, and enemies start much more difficult. So where am I thinking of putting this? I want to put it somewhere that's not really going to be in the way. So I don't really want to put it on the inside of corners where we can typically get benefits. So I'm going to stick this here. So that gives us a shield slot. But we got 2 books. And that one's better. So let's go. Remember, enemies now have 3 to 4 abilities, but often the 4th ability is kind of weak. Slimes only have 3. Actually, slimes are kind of annoying now, but... Ooh, we picked up our first village, which is nice. I wouldn't mind ransacking this early on if we get the option to, but I might just... Oh no, I still want to fight an enemy. Just thinking what's best. Let's put it on here. We can also use villages to block spawns from the forger, which is quite nice. And then we need to think where we're going to put a river. I'm probably going to put a river in the top, up here. So I'll keep suburbs in the bottom. There's no point putting a suburb in the very back corner either, because they upgrade to towns based on a plus shape. We picked up a shield, which I should equip. Where do I put mountains is, again, another question. I guess we start building mountains in this top corner, and we just meet them at the bottom. I should check at some point if mounting suburbs does something, but I think we found most of these. In fact, I think we found all the environmental ones, so I don't think they can synergize. And as I said, I will ransack this immediately. Just thinking of what the best tile to do it on is. That one's probably better. So this could be very dangerous for us. We probably should have waited actually to go past this tile before I did this, but I'm greedy, I want the XP. We have some potions as well, which we can lean on if we have to. But this fight's not too bad right now. And I can't really think of what resource we're desperate for. Metal is probably one of them. We always seem to be desperate for metal. But we'll just innately get them as the run goes by. Here's our first thicket, which we'll place here. Rocks for mountains, and then I'm quite happy to use some cemeteries right now. Where do I want the cemetery? Here, I think I'm fine with having a cemetery. And let's put one near the tail end of the loop. Don't want one next to the boss battle because it can give you ranged enemies, so let's just stick it here for now. So just remember to remind people that the enemies are going to be much harder. They start at like 10% difficulty, which is an awful lot. So I am going to use some forests against river tiles just because I think we need to get the improvements rapidly. We're also like, I don't know, maybe like 25% to spawning the first boss. So we don't get to place as many tiles down. So we really have to make sure the tiles we put down are optimal. We have a first road lantern. Where would road lantern be good? Honestly, in this fight would be quite nice right now. Gives us the damage up and spawns one less enemy. And Grove, Blood Grove, I'm going to look at placing this around the boss. As I said, I don't think I'm going to use Grove, Blood Grove as the warrior. I think it's too dangerous. I think flesh golems by now are super dangerous to their enemies. But we can kind of play the probability here. He's more likely to hit a skeleton than he is to hit us. So we have some more rivers. They're nice. And some more suburbs. I don't know how I feel about suburbs. No, they definitely let us get levels faster, which give us some skills, which generally I think are better than... I mean, they're definitely better than not having the skills. But they tend to be pretty good abilities. This Oblivion I'm going to hold for now. I will destroy a bandit camp if it comes up. Or I would... Well, I say I'd kill a goblin camp. I kind of want to see what the goblins do. If we can find that synergy. But I really don't know what it would be. More rocks. As I said, I want the benefits sooner rather than later. We're going to make a 3x3 to gain a big chunk of health. And a day cycle completed. And another Oblivion. The game has been very generous to us right now with Oblivions. I wouldn't mind seeing one of the smithy forges now. We're just holding this equipment for basically no reason. Ooh, Vampire Mansion. Come on the top part of the loop, I guess. And we're coming up to this fight, and you know, it's going to be, I think, 4% more difficult, so it's going to be no joke right now. And we haven't skilled up too much. Thankfully, we've got something a little bit better. We're going to have better skeletons. Remember as well, the ghouls have a fourth quirk, which is kind of disadvantage to them. If we hit them, we interrupt their attacks. Ooh, +1 to max number of skeletons. Honestly, it's not very good early on, but I think we'll take that. We definitely want it by the end of the game. Let's just put it that way. I'm going to keep placing forests here. And as I said, I still want to double the forest here. I want to get as much advantage as early as possible. So yeah, the fourth thing is slow. Every damage dealt to this creature interrupts attack. So damage to all is nice, but we can't pick up damage to all in this character. So really, all we can do is summon as many skeletons as fast as possible and hope they all attack like different ghouls. Another ring, that's nice. But we're going to live through this fight. Ooh, level 3 rings. Skeleton level up. Honestly, I might trade this for the regen one. I think I'd prefer the attack speed. Again, early game loot's not too important, but I feel like if it's going to be important, Act 4 is the act that it is important. Just going to pause a sec. Max skeletons +1 again. Less HP. You know what? Let's try it. That might be useful for against the boss. Because we're not going to get much better loot than this. I'm going to keep placing tiles down here. Really would like a village. Village would be good because I can use the Oblivion. I would probably Oblivion a Goblin camp right now, even though I said I want to look for synergies with it, but I think it's a bit risky early on. Skinner's Knife. I don't think we've seen that before. 10% chance to receive 1 ration after killing a rat wolf. And +5 hero damage against all rat wolves. That's pretty nice. Sadly, I don't know. If we beat the game with this character, it's basically useless. But anyway, we're going to start weaving back now. I could have built this a little bit better actually to get the ×8 there, but it's fine. It doesn't matter too much. Again, pretty steady fight so far. And I'm going to pause again. We've picked up a Smith Forge, which I did say we were looking for. Our dream of having 4 skeletons is over. Better skeletons better. And let's start getting more XP. We're closing in on 3x3 up here. And let's double attack speed. Where are we going to go to? I might use this as a marker just to help me. We're probably going to weave down there and then back again. So let's put a thicket here. That's the apex of the corner. And Smith's Forge can go here. More suburbs. Keep extending them. And, I mean, we're like 90% of the way to spawning the boss. I don't really want to do it on this loop so far, but next loop, I think we definitely do it. And to that point, I'm in fact just going to let us go past. I think I can place a tile right now and not be too worried about it. Ooh, I do want to place the blood growth sooner rather than later, just to help with that fight. Okay, we won't place another tile now. We won't fill a hand up either in time, so we're good. But we're spawning the next loop for certain. I want to fight Act 1 boss as soon as possible. One little more rat wolf, and we should be there. Although day's going to pass, so we might fight another rat wolf. Depending on the spawning position. Yeah, no. Okay, let's spawn him. Mountain, mountain. That gives harpies. Let's start placing our thickets down here. Suburbs here. That's fine. We expected it. He's going to be really annoying. You know what? We should Oblivion the palaces. And we should probably get rid of the ones on the road first. Because we haven't got any more benefits there. I think that's fine. Goblin Camp is scary for us right now, but we're probably more likely to deal with the Goblin Camp. I think the most important thing about Act 4 is beating the first one. I think if you beat the first one, you're generally going to be in a decent position by the end of the run. But I definitely think that is like the difficulty curve. Higher summon quality and much more HP. HP is good for us right now. I think I'm going to take both of them. And now it's time to pick up a river. So the Smithy Forge takes 2 of our items, gives us a defense buff that helps us with this fight anyway. We're pretty comfortable getting 3 skeletons right now, so I wouldn't mind a +1 skeleton item. But really, I would only want it on a slot that we don't have something good on. A new trait is also nice. A handful of Oblivions, you know what? I could use a handful of Oblivions right now. We might just knock one off the screen right now. Yeah, that was a bit of a misplay actually. I don't know if you can hold the card, but goodbye Lich Palace. And now I've just got a bunch of Oblivion cards if I want to use them. Smith's Forge is a bit dangerous to place right now because I can't really block it. Although we could probably deal with it better than other characters, sure. Let's try and pick up a few more defensive things. And I'm going to hold these Oblivions. Again, there's a critical mass for Smithy Forges. Right now we only need to touch 6 tiles, so I could get away with just placing one more for now. But when we get villages, they will give us quest rewards, so we need to get one more than that. Road Lantern I'm going to place over here. It will affect the boss battle, which is fine. Oh, there's one more Lich Palace. Oh, I kill an enemy, but fine. And more Forest. Let's keep doubling them for now. I feel pretty comfortable right now, strangely, for the first boss. More comfortable than I did with the Rogue, actually, where it just came out of the blue. I feel like most of the things we've done so far have been improvements. And I said, this river strategy is so strong that I don't think it's unbeatable, but it's super good. Goodbye a village, I don't want to deal with you right now. Goblin camp, I don't want to deal with you right now. Oh, that's another Lich's Palace. Don't know why I missed so many of these. Okay, all your palaces are gone now and I have one Oblivion. Honestly, that was quite a good use of it. Let's just see the Harpy, because I don't think we've seen Harpy in Act 4. Unit's damage value is multiplied by a percent of its missing HP. That seems incredibly scary. Okay. And we have no fear of goblin camps, so let's keep building mountains. I should really start going across with the mountains, actually. I think I will do from now on. And I just use like this half of the map for the suburbs. Remember as well, I can put a forest down there. I think double that forest, I don't quite feel under as much pressure as I did before. Feeling a little bit more confident now. I would like to get the use of this Oblivion. I think I'm going to hold Buckery as well. So let's place the rock down and let's start going across now. Like we said we would. This is better skeletons with better evasion, so let's take that. 2 more fights before the boss. And we're looking pretty good. We have 9 potions as well to leverage, which will give us like 10% of our HP right now. We get a buff from the thingy, the lantern. I'm going to just remind myself to put a tile there. And let's go fight the Act 1 boss in Act 4. How is it possible? Shut up, we've got a score to settle. Yeah, it would be kind of nice if the voice lines, or the like, sorry. Whatever it, yeah, I guess the voice lines changed in this. But so far things are looking pretty nicely. He hasn't hit us yet. He keeps hitting us skeletons and he has to hit that skeleton now. I could get +1 max skeletons. He's just one-shotting them right now though, so I wouldn't really gain the benefit of it. Yeah, there's no point in having a +1 skeleton again right now. Oh, he hit us. And we killed him. We took no damage. Nonsense, this is impossible for so many reasons. I don't understand. Next time I'll try something new on this punching bag. I mean, we are trying something new. We have swamps and stuff in our deck, for example. We're giving him every chance. Admittedly, we haven't seen a swamp yet, but... okay, let's start giving ourselves better equipment again. Summon quality feels like a hard stat to get. But I will trade... Oh, it's an amulet. I'm done. Okay, that explains it. Summon quality feels hard to get. And I don't know if quality is better than the level. You know what? I don't think this is worth it. Rivers, I'll keep playing. So I'm going to come down from here. And I'm going to hold on to the Booker. This has now become a counter land too, which is excellent for us. Would like a few more difficult tiles. I wouldn't mind seeing a swamp now, actually, strangely. Another amulet. I mean, attack speed is a nice stat to get, but I'm not too pressed for it. Yeah, I think I'd prefer to keep getting these guards for right now. Level 4, no. Keep placing mountains. Do I agree with that though? It's fine until we fight a boss. If we were fighting a boss, I think I want the quality, but generally speaking, I probably want the level and attack speed. I can't decide, so I'm going to just say no for now. It becomes like defense for us anyway. And we're going to fight one of these guys. This isn't too bad for us because we have multiple allies hitting him all at once. And they'll be taking the counters more often than not. They also give us great loot. Ooh, this is a lot more magic HP, but we do lose quality. I think this I will trade on. Yeah, I'll trade on this. You've changed my opinion. That's just a straight upgrade. Nice, easy decision. I have got a ring here that would give me +1 skeletons again, but I don't think I'm worried about that for now. Sure, fight another one of these living armors. I don't mind. Actually, what's their 4th ability? Oh yeah, 20% chance to receive double damage, so they might take 2 damage. As I said, it's very interesting balancing how they've done this. That this 4th act, the enemies in theory are harder, but their abilities make them worse. Max skeletons +1 on a shield. And high defense. Let's try it, I guess. And again, I think I'm going to trade up. Max skeletons. Okay, we're getting a bit too far now with max skeletons. I don't think we'd really benefit off that, so let's not take it. Regen's also kind of an awkward stat for us right now because, as I said, we've got Swamp in this deck somewhere. And it will hurt us if we have regen. So beacons are also damage up for us, so I'm going to place this over here. Keep maxing out our suburbs. This doesn't matter. And we'll carry on, continue around the loop. I'm still saving this Oblivion for, I don't know what. Whatever spawns first, a village, a goblin camp. Just something of that ilk. Or a bandit camp, I suppose. I'd be quite happy to trade it for a bandit camp. Oh, we've leveled up. After I receive damage, all our skeletons can attack. 15% chance to counter. More loop HP for passing roadside tiles. Now let's take... Oh, the first 2 skeletons summoned in a day will be strengthened. I think we're going to take counter attack. So let's double up a thicket. We've now picked up a swamp. So what are we thinking swamp will be improved by? I'm guessing river. Let's try a swamp over... Oh, it's a roadside tile, isn't it? That's it. That's right. Let's try it over here. There's a chance the river comes this way. It's going to weave... Yeah, I think we might actually get the river here. Because that's all I can think that would go with swamp is like river or grove. Speaking of which, we do have a grove that I should place. Let's place that up here. And one more level 4 ring. It has some quality on it. It's also max skeletons +1, which is pretty good. I think I'm going to swap this on the right ring though. I just lose... What's the summon quality? 17%. You know what? Let's put it on the left ring. Let's get better skeletons. So, Skeleton Archer, he's got slow as well, so if we attack him fast enough, they basically can't hurt us. Which is nice. A nice army of skeletons that we're accumulating right now. Go on, put another cemetery in here, I don't mind. Double Harpy. That's pretty bad luck. This could be a horrible fight for us, actually. They just happened to land on the same square then, did they? So, we've dealt with one, so we should deal with the other one. But currently they're targeting us. Fortunately, they haven't made us use any potions. More forests and thickets. Yes, please. Let's start filling up these empty tiles with forests and just keep placing rocks up here. Go across. I would like to place these buckleries, as I said. I'm still holding out hope this Oblivion will be useful for us. It's kind of the downside of having so many environment tiles, and we have seen this before, that you just don't get the things spawning that you want. But let's try and make it work. What else could be good for Swamp? So Swamp, maybe it's Village. Nope, nothing there. That's fine. I'll place a grove in the inside of that loop. We've passed the start again. maybe like 70% of the way spawning the Act 2 boss, who we probably deal with pretty well because we have multiple skeletons. Honestly, I think, again, the Necromancer might be incredibly strong. He's just got a big weakness of tempoed by enemies, sorry. But I think against all the bosses, he's going to be pretty good. Just because, as I said, it's splitting damage up. He's an effective HP pool for us, these skeletons. Ooh, level 6 Grimoire. That's basically just an upgrade. But especially like on the mirrors, for example, where we can just have a little army of men just breaking mirrors like there's no tomorrow. Continue with our river placements. That's nice. Forest can go up here, they can just go across now, and look, you're filling up these with rocks. But yeah, as I was saying, the environment tiles feel a bit more common than anything else. So they come up more often, rather than like roadside tiles. I think that's how it's working, but I'm not 100% certain. So I think having 3 is generally optimal, and I think actually, honestly, this like thicket river. Did I say 3? I meant 4. I think this like thicket river and suburbs might be the best combo. Just because like gaining experience gains you an ability. The abilities are typically better than like your equipment, in my opinion. Ooh, this is hard to say no to, so I'm not going to say no to. Yeah, so, sorry, I keep getting lost, losing my track of thought. So these abilities that you get for leveling up are typically better, I think, than the equipment, like, change is for, like, getting a 1 level worth of equipment. So I think these are quite nice, and we saw in the last one we were getting to, like, 30,000 XP per level. And we have never gone anywhere near that before. Now, I'm trying to think. Swamp next to Smith Forge doesn't make sense to me. Swamp next to Bookery, maybe? Maybe it's like a hack or something. Let's try Swamp next to Bookery, or Swamp with Village. Again, I'm going to hold my Bookeries though because I want to actually use them proactively. We're probably coming up close to spawning another Goblin camp. I will use it on a Goblin camp. The other reason I actually wanted to put Stone back into this deck, by the way, on Act 4, which we shouldn't really be messing about with too much, is I want some more preserved rocks for the cemetery upgrades. Or crypt upgrades, I can't remember exactly what it is. So this is skeleton level down. Yeah, I'm not interested. Oh, we got skeleton arch this time. Ringing in the ears, 10% chance hit won't happen. The ringing ears must have come from the bats. Okay. Well, we've seen another variety of skeleton that we've never seen before. I think we've only ever seen the mage before now. Let's keep filling out that way. Again, when will I spawn this boss? I guess it depends. I'd like to spawn him on the next loop, ideally, but yeah, I would like to spawn him on the next loop. Not even just ideally anymore, I just would. So I might hold my cards for now. So we complete the loop, and then we do him on the next loop. As you get more familiar with the game, I imagine you'll just know like how strong your gear should be for each boss. So I would like to use that, but I'm going to hold it for now. Please hit one of my allies, please. Thank you. Quality good. Skeleton guards are really nice for us. They are just protecting us. This is level down, but quality up. Okay. Mosquitoes, we should look at what they have. So predictable, has a 20% chance of missing regardless of the target's evade value. Okay. And everyone who doesn't have this ability gets the ringing in the ears effect, which is a 10% chance of interrupting attacks. 5 hits before overeating. Okay. Explodes after 7 successful hits, 200 damage to all creatures. Okay, they seem pretty horrible. Yeah, they're pretty horrible, the mosquitoes. Fortunately, we've killed them, but they are just bombs there. Okay. About to complete a loop. And let's see things. We've got Flesh Golem now as well. And we're going to continue to place road lanterns around our boss because it gives us a benefit. Forest can keep coming here and still holding on to these tiles. Looking like part of me wants to remove the swamp, but we'll keep the swamp. We are trying to test it with various things at least. Sure. This could be a bit of a tricky fight. Fortunately, it's a skeleton archer at close range, which isn't too bad. And our quality is good enough that we're summoning guards, so it's just protecting us right now. Level 7. So quality up. Oh no, it's quality equivalent. It's just defense up. Do I want 4 defense? Yeah. Honestly, I do. And then level up. The quality would come down, attack speed goes up. So we'd be summoning them faster. What's our quality at 69? Nice. Yeah, I'll take it. I said, I don't know this to be true, but I think attack speed is changing how quickly we summon them. And it's all about tempo, baby. This is probably better. And this is probably worse. Very close to spawning the boss now. I am trying to actively do it on this loop. There we go. So this will be the priestess. And finally we can use our oblivion that we've been holding for so long. We'll place a buckaroo down here, and where will the buckaroo go? Up there maybe? Or up here? Yeah, sure. Go there. Just affect one tile. So more defense up. 1 mosquito should be fine for us. Bit scared by it though. Oh, I think that was the bomb effect that just came off. Wasn't as much damage as I thought. One of these shouldn't be too much of a problem for our army of skeletons. And it wasn't. And let's just quickly see what loot we've got. Level 7 ring. Attack speed up, defense up. The game really rewards defense, because this feels pretty weak compared to either of these rings, to be honest with you. The only one I would say I'd probably consider swapping it with is the right one, take our quality down a bit further again. But we're gaining attack speed pretty freely anyway, so I'm not worried about it too much. Regen and evasion. I don't know, I feel quite happy with what we've got. Yeah, in a strange twist of fate, I think I'm just going to keep everything. No, I'm not trading 1 defense for 1 summon quality. That's insane. Single rat wolf, easy. We're going to loop here, so we should place a figure on the inside corner. Let's keep foresting up the map. We've done really well so far. I think our game, outside just general looping, has got better. The placement of our tiles just makes more sense. We're not overawing ourselves anymore, which we did a few times on other runs, making incredibly difficult, not on the loop, and then just dying on it continuously. Again, it could be famous last words. But also just the little changes we keep making at the camps are just adding up so much in the wash. 6 defense and 10% attack speed instead of summon quality. That I might be tempted by. Goodbye. And no, I don't want just pure defense. Picked up another oblivion, by the way, which I'm not really going to get to use, am I? Oh well. This is going to be stupid, but I'm going to oblivion that, because I don't want to swap it. I would rather double a thicket at some point. I'm not under pressure right now. In fact, we feel like we're getting stronger. 3 strengthened skeletons will be joining you here on every loop to help in battle. Don't really need it. I think I want 3 new traits. Right, more experience for passing buildings is quite nice. I didn't realize how these supplies work, by the way. We drop 10% of our findings in the camp, but it takes it off our cap as well. So you don't actually gain more supplies from it. So it's actually worse than I thought it was. by a considerable margin. I think I'm just going to gain more XP. Right, Goblin Camp, we're just going to have to leave you there, I think. Maybe Forest Goblin Camp does something? I don't know. Just, like, guessing right now. Where do I want to fight skeletons? Do I want to fight skeletons here? I don't really mind to fight skeletons there. Let's fight some skeletons there. Just need to be a bit cautious, actually, coming forward, so we're not making the loop too hard. We have a lot of roadside tiles in this deck right now. Mainly because we're trying to make the swamp work with something. So I might hold swamps for now. And trade them for something more useful. But it's definitely taking longer for us to get around the loops now. Long enough that tiles that before were only spawning like one enemy are going to start spawning two or more. And that is the death throw of the Necromancer. It's fighting too many enemies at once. Keep placing mountains. That being said, do I want to put a swamp there? No. I'll hold swamp. Although, how about swamp in front of Goblin Camp? Would that synergize? It does! We found a use for it, so it's a Goblin Lookout. Adds a Goblin Archer to battles on adjacent tiles. That's horrible. Well, we've not seen them, so we're going to have to let them spawn. But I assume he's going to be... Oh no, I guess he will go onto the tile. Okay. Road Lantern here will affect the boss fight. And I'm quite happy. We've just got an achievement to see the world and not die, which I guess is for seeing, like, a certain number of tiles. And we have one more grove. Where would I like a blood grove? Honestly, here. To put a blood grove there. We should stop placing no other path tiles now. Here's our Goblin Archer, by the way. So, takes part in battles on adjacent tiles. Ranged combat third row. Minus 30% damage in second row. Minus 6% in first row. So, I presume this is first row. But I could be wrong. Every creature's attack increases its damage by 1.8 until the end of battle. Okay. So it's best to not have prolonged fights. 30% chance to attack an ally, that'd be nice. And 30% chance to be idle for 3 seconds after an ally dies. So, it's fine to be in long fights, but as long as you're just killing things consistently. They don't seem too bad, actually. That being said, I don't know why it's potentially useful. I was hoping it would change to a positive effect on the swamp. But the swamp hasn't changed. Yeah, I don't get swamp. I don't see a case where it's useful. I'd kind of get it if there was an enemy that healed, but I don't think we've really come across many enemies that heal, other than the vampires, like vampirism. So I guess that's its use. Okay, let's try it. Vampire on the swamp. Oh, we have it up here too. So vampirism hurts them. Smith's Forge we can actually use and have an advantage, so I'm going to place it here, but probably try to block them. Continue to place mountains down. Beacons are also useful versus the boss. It's a damage up. So we'll continue making our bright beacon corner. No sleeping at the camp for our allies tonight. Again, the Harpies continue to find the most annoying tiles to land on, but... Do I want 3% attack speed or do I want 5% evasion? You know what? We gain attack speed anyway. Let's take some evasion. We drank a potion as well, which is fine. It's what it's there for, I suppose. I still want the max number of skeletons. You can't convince me to trade it away right now. But yeah, this battle was pretty annoying. I wouldn't mind the trait soon that our damage is split between our skeletons. I think that would be pretty useful for us right now. Also, this Smith's Forge, I would like to place affecting just one tile, so I'm going to put it here. I think I'm happy with that. Just to catch any loot from, like, the villages. But in theory now we have enough to remove all the equipment in our equip slots. Because they're hitting 6 tiles right now. Well, 7 if you include that one. So it should take 14 items off us. Flesh Golem. Going to be annoying. He is hitting for 102. Spikes. Anyone directly attacking this creature will receive 24 HP of damage back. He's just horrible. I think he's definitely that. Well, I say definitely. There's some mobs we've not fought, but I think he's the hardest mob in the game. He's probably harder than the first boss, in all honesty. But great loot off you. Trying to twist my arm to remove some of my skeletons. Honestly, give me summon quality. I don't think we don't definitely need the attack speed. Oh, that will change definitely. But do we change it on this? We lose one max skeleton, but we gain like the other stats are just better. Sure, give me some better skeletons. But you'll only get 3 now per battle, but they're going to be 3 really good ones. These might explode. Yep, they exploded. Okay, mosquitoes are a bit horrible. I might start living in swamps. We just don't like hit them fast enough at the moment with this character because there's like a lag phase at the beginning where we need to start like hitting them. And I'm starting to run out of places to place the forests. So let's place one down here. Oh, it's the boss. I didn't even notice. Could you please stop? I refuse to arms. So I said, when we get 3 skeletons out, we'll start destroying mirrors pretty quickly. And we should start hitting him pretty fast. We've taken quite a lot of damage though. We may have made a misplay actually, swapping a skeleton out. The more numbers is probably better in this fight. We have some potions though to help us, but we're not doing too good right now. Do we have plus skeletons on anything? Yes. Or tome. Can you please summon another skeleton, please? I've changed my mind. It's looking pretty poor right now, I'm not gonna lie. We got 4 out finally. More potion drinking, please. Yeah, 4 was definitely the right call. We were lucky then we had an item. We could still die actually, but I feel like we're just starting to get an edge over him. It would be nice as well, by the way, crossbowman, if you could just fire from a distance to break some of these mirrors. Really helped me out. And we killed him. And failure again. Till we meet again, Zealot. Yeah, that was a huge misplay from me, I guess. It was so much more important to have the 4th skeleton. So this is a big HP up, skeleton level down. It does give us some evasion. And give some defense. Survivability right now is not too bad. Then just going back into planning. Ooh, a thicket. Nice. Double. We're beginning to like fill up this area of mountains now. Which is, I guess, fine. And let's start building it out this way. Smith's Forge and Beacons. Beacons can go near the boss because they are good. I have to think at one point actually, do we want the river to come back across onto this side? Or am I just going to end the river? Because if I place a beacon here, the river ends for certain. Yeah, let's place the beacon there. Oh, we got XP for that. After killing an enemy, skeleton fully heals itself. Its damage and HP are increased by 10% until the end of battle. Or 0.25 to skeleton's level per loop starting from the loop where the streak was received. That's not too bad. And I think I'll take it. It's getting to the point where it's kind of useless because we're not going to loop for that much longer. But I think on Act 4, if we're not going to do it on Act 4, we're not going to do it in any loop. Let's just put it that way. And another smithy thing. A smithy thing can go here. Just hit one tile. Yeah, sure. I did just forget as well, I guess. There is a critical mass of the smithy forges, but we are getting loot through the run as well. So having more is not too bad. It's not like the road where there is, like, you're going to have 11 coming out of the camp until you get to camp again. Which I think is where I based that theory off. I'm going to start making another row of mountains here. And a vampire mansion. Do I want to place a vampire mansion down? Not really. Let's trade the cards. Blood Grove, though, I will take. This will help me in some fights. And I might even use this on the bookery now. Finally, another village. It has taken a long time. Here is a spicy play for you. I'm going to place this blood grove here. We only have 2 villages, so I don't think a bandit camp can spawn. Yep, we've blocked the bandit camp spawn. Excellent. We're going to finally plug up that gap. And let's plug up another gap here. Didn't really find out if Thicket and Goblin Lookout did anything. We have 1 bookery. Currently we have 2 on the map. Oh, that's 20 and 19. I wouldn't mind having another bookery, I guess. I just don't want to put it in a place that just kills us. So we can't put it near the boss. Let's just have it facing 1 tile for now. Our attack speed is 110%, or plus 110%, which is really good again. Vampires are kind of annoying for this class, as I think I've mentioned in a previous episode. Swarm of bats ringing in the ears right now is affecting us as much, if not more, than the enemies, but it's not too bad. So this is an insane amount of defense. I will trade some quality for it. It's survivability, and it should go into my skeletons too, I think. Honestly, Swamp, I'm not interested in you right now. And some nice loot. 70% of the way to spawning Act 3 boss. We should be able to deal with him fine. We just killed him in like 2 episodes ago. And I feel like our run right now is pretty good. Again, no. I wonder if you can pick up +1 skeleton again in the traits. Because if we can, I'd like to see it, and I would pick it up. Let's just fill this up with rivers, and continue placing suburbs out this way. This is going to be an annoying fight, they might explode. Honestly, I think we should consider oblivioning the swamps. They are so annoying. We found 1 synergy with them at least. Unless our attack speed gets, I guess, insane. If it goes completely insane, then there's no point. Oh, I've blocked that swamp as well that I was going to run a river to. I could run the river actually to it and just bridge down here. It'd be a bit of a waste though, I'm not going to lie. I think what is more likely is that I'll run the river down the bottom and have a swamp here. So the river will go next to the swamp and just all the way round. I don't think we'll run it through the inside of the loop this time. We'll just try and run it to the suburbs. Maybe leave a little gap in the bottom corner. Again, it's something I should really consider. Do I want a suburb doubling or would I want a mountain doubling? Honestly, I'd probably prefer a mountain doubling. We are going to hit a point where like the next level is basically pointless. Because we're all not going to stay into this till we get to like loop 16 with, what was it, 38,000 or something, the XP level. We'll probably have to leave before then. Whereas like, what could be like plus 30 HP depending on what tile it hits, it's really nice. Again, I'm going to hold these tiles. I feel like our map is difficult enough. But skeleton cemetery, come on. It's probably the only exception because we can deal with them not too badly. Skeletons get a weakness in this chapter. They get an interrupt. And we can deal with the interrupt. Keep doubling thickets and a village. That's kind of annoying and is spawned in a really annoying spot. So, that is our Oblivion target if we get one. Swamps will survive. More mountains. Do I want to place another bookery down? I mean, every bookery we place, like... How do you want to put this? Every bookery I put down splits the burden off the other bookeries, I guess is what I'm saying. Which is good, because I don't really want them to become abandoned bookstores. I'm not sure how long I'll loop after this, by the way, if we do beat Act 4 now. Or if I just retreat with the resources we have. Really, it makes sense to loop longer. As long as we feel like we can survive. But I don't think I've ever got a run on the Necromancer that's felt super strong. Here's the Oblivion that we were talking about. Goodbye. Doubling up thickets again. Honestly, I should place it here this time. Because our next river is going to come down and curve back. Continue to make the Alps. Oh, we just spawned a random Goblin Lookout. That's not the end of the world. No, it is the end of the world, because that blocks my river. You have to be Oblivions. Oh well. We have time. More mountains. Just keep throwing them up here. Right, we've traded all our cards out. This is a horrible tile, by the way. Yeah, the mosquitoes are going to go off. They did kill all their allies, so I guess there is an advantage in that sense. But I imagine later on that's going to be really, really, really annoying. I can't place Beacon down here anymore. Well, I can, but it'll block the river. And I think I'd rather have the river now. So Beacons can start going places where I think they'll be helpful. I didn't look at the boss spawn, I'm not going to lie. Okay, well, battle stations. Do I want to use a cemetery? Yeah, sure. Throw a cemetery at them. No, well, actually, I shouldn't. It could become a resource that I can actually place down that's useful. I'm pretty confident we'll beat Act 3 boss there. I think we're going all the way. This is a big defense down, and I don't think it's worth it. Again, we haven't picked up any really good loots for a while. I was hoping to eat my words, but we didn't. It's still not very good loot. I don't know. Maybe we start swapping rocks for mountains. Because I'm running out of places to place all these. I do want the river to come up. Potentially like here, like that. So I can place another suburb there and fill the gap below and fill suburbs up. Our HP right now is pretty good. Maybe, actually I said this, maybe we go down with the mountains and just accept suburbs eventually is going to like cap out. HP is always going to be good for us. The XP eventually, I think we've gained most of the benefit of it. We will level at least one more time, maybe 2 more times before we spawn the boss. But not again after that. So, okay, I've made the decision for me. I'm going to fill rocks down to here now. And I'll just trade cemetery. We haven't got too many defensive points either right now, which is kind of painful, but we're not taking damage as well right now. So let's not worry about it. Again, I'm going to have to pause because we've just got a huge amount of cards. River, mountain. Let's double a thicket up somewhere. Sorry if you heard my phone again. I keep forgetting to like move it and put it near the microphone, but I did check a previous episode and didn't really pick it up, so I'm hoping that's the case again. Yep, thicket's nice. Suburb. Keep going, and I'll trade these 2 cards out now. And just what I wanted, the river. Is a very good tangible benefit because I can now times 8 this thicket for plus 16 attack damage. Again, as I said before, I think this is the most broken thing you can do in the game right now. But we might look into it and see if there is more broken things you can do. We just leveled, made some more houses or towns. Okay, so we have used card sharp to our advantage. Do I want card sharp right now? No. I think I want a more tangible benefit, so I think I'm going to take the 20% chance to exceed the number of skeletons. HP is nice when you go past it, but it's going to hurt us in the swamps. And again, I think we could keep filling up tiles like so. Oh, and I've got another suburb. Nice. So let's fill this line of suburbs now. Also, coming to the point where we have to be careful with how we deal with this river. Just make sure we don't go off the screen. Got a village which shouldn't spawn a bandit camp. Where do I place this? Again, the best use is typically to block a spawn from a smith's forge. So I could block this one. But also, like, stringing these together is kind of a waste of time. I can't place one there. Okay. You know what? Ransack it, baby. That's how confident I am right now. So you're going to weave back down again. But I want the double benefit right now. So weave like that, and I guess we haven't got enough space to weave, so it's just going to go down like that. That's fine. Again, this is a horrible fight. This is exactly what we don't want to find. Honestly, the mosquitoes helped us there. I know You may never have heard these words again, but the mosquito might have helped us there. Because that was way too many enemies for us to deal with. It is still spawning, I think, goblins as well. I thought it was just going to be Goblin Archers, but it seemed to give goblins. And it was horrible. That was way too much tempo for us to deal with. We might have to Oblivion something. And if we're going to Oblivion something, it's probably this. But this one, again, is also on my radar. I could also limit the number of monsters there by just putting one of these little boys here, or one of the little boys here. Yeah, sure, let's limit them by one more. Rose Lanterns are lovely with this character. And I said, if you've been lucky enough on your run to pick up the supply, which helps with making the lanterns and the beacons better, I think it was like a lamp or a torch. Oh no, it's a candlestick, wasn't it? It was like brass candlestick. Then I definitely would put it in my deck for the Necromancer all the time. We only picked that up fairly recently though. So I guess it might be a rare drop. A bunch of skeletons. Should be no match for us, especially with the interrupt effect that they have. Makes them a lot less threatening. I think if this was in Act 3, like, this battle would have been really annoying for us. But it's not for here. Again, let's continue to produce spawns on this tile, because it's pretty horrible. And give us damage. So again, the mosquito might explode. Ooh, I think we dealt with it just in time. Keep pausing. So one more battle before the boss. Do I want to start doubling on Forest? I still honestly don't feel too much under pressure to do that. Rocks I feel a bit under pressure for. I could place it on the inside of the loop, but I think beacons are better there. Yeah, there's a tile actually that's free here. So I'm going to go into planning again immediately after this, just in case the card can be placed down. Oh, it's Oblivion. Goodbye. Our fight immediately after this is 2 flesh golems, by the way. The hunt begins. Get him. Woof. Right, so it's currently 3 on 3, but we're now getting the tempo because of our attack speed to summon 4 skeletons. And then get a 5th skeleton because we just got, I guess, the proc off the 20% chance to summon an extra skeleton. And he stays there now indefinitely. Actually, that effect must be better. I don't know if it counts again if I summon now, but maybe we could fill up our back line. He's going down. The dogs, again, I don't think are going to hurt us. So summon quality 19% evasion defense. And skeleton level 0.23. So I think this is just better than the right ring, honestly. Yeah, it's better than the right ring. It's also, I think, better than the left one. But not a lot in it. I want the +1 skeleton right now. As I said, please don't kill us, dogs. We are drinking potions at an alarming rate. They do get a buff because an ally just died, but I was hoping our skeletons would take the heat more than this. Being a bit unlucky at the moment, I think. Please attack them faster. Okay, we're going to get revived. We could die here. Yeah, we're going to die because he's targeting us again. Well, that was pretty unlucky, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to use one of these to keep our loot, because I actually want that Skinner's knife. Honestly, I can't believe we died then. I think we've had worse runs to get to the boss and beat him. He just, everything kept targeting us. I think that was just really bad RNG for us, but let's retreat. It wasn't all lost. We found another synergy, as I said, for the Goblin Lookout. So it was a Goblin thing. So we've done all of these tiles. It also gave us an enemy, which was the Goblin Archer. So now we have something with Watcher, and possibly something with Siren. Is going to be my guess, or Fishman. Which honestly is good, because then it means I can take out a bunch of cards I don't want, as in I can remove the Swamp, which are terrible. We picked out a decent chunk of resources as well, but it'll be nothing like near what we need to upgrade, so I think I'm just going to call it there. We'll take the... shall we alternate? Shall we see who can be the second one? You know what? Let's go for that strategy. Bit more mentally taxing because I'm going to have to like keep flicking between different decks between runs. But we'll take the warrior out next and try and beat Act 4 with him. It's bragging rights for who gets second. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscription. Again, everything helps me out, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.